second attempt at a video. I've just recorded one and realised that it has to be under 10 minutes to go into a LinkedIn group. So firstly, an introduction. I'm Stuart Walton. I'm a web designer, copywriter and property introducer in Great Yarmouth in Norfolk. If you're not familiar with the area, it's one of the most easterly points of Britain. Lowestoft, just down the road, is the most easterly point, and it's marked by a wind turbine called Gulliver. It's an incredibly diverse area. It's a place I've called home now with my wife and 2 children for 12 years, having moved, as you can probably tell from the accent, from Doncaster in 2008. And I genuinely do love living in this area because the climate is terrific. I was talking to someone outside John Lewis when I was waiting to sanitise and have a mask checked and so on the other day from Carlisle. And I've got relatives in Carlisle. And I said, well, how do you find Norfolk? And he said, it's like living in the bloody Sahara. And that's the way it makes me feel. When we go anywhere else, it always seems cold after comparison with Norfolk. But Great Yarmouth itself has got lots to offer the property investor and people who are looking to settle here. It's just under 2 hours away from London, or perhaps just over 2 hours by train. The train from Great Yarmouth to Norwich takes half an hour, goes through the Broads, nice route in itself, and then Norwich through to Diss, through to Brentwood, and stopping at Stratford and Liverpool Street in London. So it's about 2 hours, 5 minutes door to door. And you do get people commuting here. It's a town that is quite deprived. I won't make any bones about that, but it doesn't have the edge of places like Oldham, Manchester, Scunthorpe, Stoke-on-Trent, places that I've lived and taught in previously. It's a very, very safe area. I think we're all overdosed on sun. That there's no one's got the energy to do anything criminal because the vitamin D levels are so high. But I like living here. I do like living here. The property prices are quite incredible for the east of England, in my opinion. If you just look at Norfolk as a whole, Norwich itself is in a bubble of relative wealth, although there's a great social deprivation there as well. It's got the highest number of homeless people outside London per head of population. It's got the highest drug-related deaths after Blackpool. So that it's not this idyllic medieval city that it's got an underbelly. But the social problems like in any city, but it is generally a city I love to go to night or day. It's an incredible place of history and culture and so on. But Norwich, you pay £250,000 there for a 2-bedroom flat, which in London terms is relatively cheap. A lot of them have prohibitive service charges and a leasehold, so that put us off moving to the city, but I think that's fairly standard. The closer you are to Norwich, in the suburbs of Brundall, Blowfield, Porrinland, Trouse, they're very expensive. Cringleford, Eton, the area there, they're incredibly expensive and sought after. So suburbia does carry a price there. But the nearer you get to the coast, the nearer you get to the East Norfolk, Great Yarmouth, Galston, Lowestoft, in Suffolk, the property prices have dropped dramatically. They're half the price of Norwich. And yet the demand for rental here is high. And it's the only place that I've lived where I've increased equity substantially by a massive amount. So we bought an Edwardian villa in Galston where the film Yesterday was set, the Danny Boyle film. It brought us like a year of fame. We bought an Edwardian villa there and sold it for a substantial profit. And then we bought a new build, which I'm in now, in a suburb called Bradwell, on a big persimmon development. And again, the value of this has gone up dramatically in 4 years. And I've not seen that in other places I've lived. I've never seen this spike in values as I have in Great Yarmouth, in this corner of Norfolk. So it's a good place to invest. What's it like to live in? It's very good. It's antiquated in terms of road network. When we get on a 3-lane motorway, when we get to the M11 or the M25, we get quite excited. The children get quite excited at seeing the motorway. The rail network's good. Obviously, we've got the Broads and we've got the sea. Amsterdam is nearer than London, which tells you something. But the pace of life is quite slow. It's obviously seasonal, with it being I know 2020 has been an unusual year, but the traffic is normally rammed from April to October, and then it goes back to normal over winter. We've got glorious beaches. The climate is absolutely fantastic, as I keep saying. It's one of the driest parts after Essex. It's one of the driest parts of Britain. And but the flip side is wages are polarised. The average wage here is 22,000. A lot of work is seasonal, minimum wage, reliant on tourism. But then at the other extreme, you've got professionals who live here and commute into Norwich, and some who even bank. We had neighbours who were bankers in London, who were travelling from Galston every day. You've got with home networking, with home working to the fore, you've got a fantastic lifestyle working from home in affordable homes. This estate that I live on currently, if I just exemplify, a starter home starts at 158,000 for a new build, a 2-bedroom new build, which I think is pretty good value. And a 4-bedroom detached costs you about 350,000 with a double garage here, which again, I work with someone in Rayleigh. It's about a quarter, not a quarter, it's about a third less than the prices in Rayleigh. The flip side is Rayleigh has an average salary, Nick Cheshire informs me from Neston Essex, of 55,000. So we're lagging behind there, but we have got massive offshore money that bloats the top end of the market. It's a place I finally call home. I used to think we were coming on holiday every time we travelled in from anywhere or back from anywhere. I always felt like we were coming on holiday rather than coming home. But I do now associate Great Yarmouth as home. And it's a place that, if you're looking at property investment, I would look very seriously at this. You can get terraced houses, I said 160 on this new build, but you can get terraced houses for 80, 90,000 that don't need any work. I sold one a few years ago on a road called Lancaster Road when I was in the estate agency for 60,000, a 2-bedroom house with a cellar. And the rental there was 500 a month, so the yields are very positive. So if you're in Tony's group and you need to know anything about Great Yarmouth, or you want me to help you formulate an investment strategy for this area, which I know very well, just give me a call. All my details are on my websites, which is getprocopy.com or stuart-walton.com. A bit vague, a bit narcissistic, having a website named after yourself. But because I'm a web designer, I've got numerous places. So if you Google Stuart Walton web designer, I'll come up, and give me a call or drop me an email to discuss anything there. We are going to be setting up a YouTube channels as well for subscribers, for people to share ideas and network with. I've just come off the phone with Tony, and I had a really interesting conversation with him. So I hope that was enjoyable. I'm just about to go and get my dinner of spinach curry.